So my tics don't look that bad at the moment, because I'm sitting here in my own room and I'm, doing everything that keeps my tics happy. But earlier today it was pretty rough. I had a pretty big attack, bad enough that I was having trouble using my wheelchair, and it's not a manual wheelchair either. It's a power chair, and it's I was having so many arm movements that I just had to turn it off so I wouldn't drive myself into a wall or something. And I was having tics like that and like that, but the eye closing, the eye weirdness would last up to like several seconds on end. And you can imagine trying to see where you're going while driving a power chair. You can't feel the ground underneath you. Trying to deal with that. And I want to say I think I was saying something also. I can't remember what I was saying, but saying something in tics. Like, I want to say I might have been vocal ticking. I can't remember exactly, but. And then the full body crap started. The, I was at the lunch counter and I was trying to, order, and, my feet just, the sort of kicking, prolonged kick thing, and like the way my feet sort of twist and hold for a few seconds and then release, that really started hurting. Oh, now I remember. Before I left my dorm, I started tapping every doorknob on the way out of the hallway. That's not normal for me, but normal is a relative concept, and with Tourette's, you basically don't have any concept of normal. My normal is living with the fact that I I could get up and go to the bathroom and end up jerking around in the bathroom floor. That's my reality. Or like I said, trying to leave my dorm, I'm having to go and touch every doorknob in the hallway. And then when I came out, this is a hand tic. I'm not just doing this for effect. Um, then I had to touch like the tree and like the bushes and stuff. And then I started doing like tapping, and then it turned into like slapping, and I started slapping myself and my chair and the wall and brick wall, slapping the brick wall. Although that didn't hurt nearly as much as slapping myself or my chair because my chair's metal. And I was doing it so much with my right hand that I couldn't even control the chair. And I would try to like do the left hand, and drive with the right hand, and do the right hand and drive with the left hand. But it got bad enough where I had to stop for a while. And I almost went back to the dorm to get night duty pressure, but it I don't remember exactly why I didn't. I guess because I want to feel like I can do something, and it's so hard. This isn't. This is like annoying. Okay, that neck thing hurts because there's like this muscle in my neck that hurts sometimes. Muscles that'll pull tight, and like this hand thing's not terribly comfortable, and now it's getting tighter, and that kind of hurts. And then it releases, and then my hand's really stiff now. And now I'm doing a squeeze, stretchy. Ugh. Taking. Oh, not that one, not that one. Okay, this really hurts. The back of my head is digging into my shoulder. Okay. And see, these are like moderate for me. I mean, a minute ago before I started talking, I was doing better than this because doing anything makes me worse. And stupid freaking arm. I squeezed too hard and then I got a cramp, and then I had to stretch the cramp out, and now I'm doing a back pick, and that hurts. I hate Tourette's. I hate his freaking guts. It has made it not impossible for me to function normally in college. I am currently in the process of trying to get deep brain stimulation. So, hi doctors, if you see this video, this is what I look like during pretty good periods. I have better periods than this, and I also have much, much worse periods. It's a lot of what makes it so bad is an inconsistency, because if I just got one way and stayed that way, I feel like I could cope. Because if I was bad all the time, I would just have somebody stay with me, and I'd have an attendant, like I did in high school, but it's not severe enough all the time, that there's nobody that would pay for that. And I don't know, it's just the most impossible thing to cope with, and it's just like, oh, what are you, antic again? Both of them are going at once. That one's not terribly comfy either. I'm just scratching my elbow because it itches, and it's just, life with this sucks, okay? And, it just sort of, it really sucks, and I'm at the point where I'm getting stranded places even with my power chair. Stranded or having to stop for good periods, and it's just, it's bad. I very nearly called my friend to help me today. I ended up waiting it out, but about 2 weeks ago, I had to call my neighbor, who I didn't even really know that much. I just happened to have her phone number, and I'm like, well, maybe she can come help me. But because I had so many body tics that I couldn't sit up, I was falling out of my wheelchair, and then I couldn't see very well either, but it was really the falling out of the wheelchair thing, because with the vision, I can just sort of feel, sort of, it's very uncomfortable, not being able to see where you're going, but, I can actually just sort of, like, stop when I can't see, although that's really freaking slow, or just try to, like, stay on track, or drag sort of my cane along, so I can sort of feel where I am, but the vision paired with the motors is just devastating. I want to say, like, night before last, I was trying to order at the coffee bar, and I couldn't talk. I was saying so many different tics, so many different words that I couldn't get words out edgewise. So I typed into my phone what I wanted to order, and my friend had to read it for me because I couldn't say it, and I couldn't speak. Sometimes I miss parts of conversations because I can't hear past my own vocal tics. That's pretty unusual, but the getting stranded thing seems to be getting worse lately. The vision thing is sort of leveled off. It got really bad this fall. That was like the first time I had it. It was really scary because if I hadn't had my friends to walk me home the first couple times, I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have been able to get home probably. And I really started making this video to begin with was because I get so frustrated. It, 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 I, it, I, I get so frustrated, like, like, people are like, oh, well, we're gonna have Relay for Life. It's like, I can't do that. I can't, do things that other people do. Like, there's, like, all these signs up about, like, donating blood for the American Red Cross. The last 2 or 3 times that I've tried to donate and I've just given up, I'm kind of mad about it, really. First time they said because I had a service dog with me and he wasn't a seeing eye dog, that it was a liability issue, and that I couldn't have him there and being donating without somebody to hold his leash because it was a liability issue if I passed out, which is total crap, because according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, guide dogs have no more, people with guide dogs have no different rights than people with any other sort of service dog, provided the service animal is trained to perform specific tasks to ameliorate the effects of an individual's disability. I'm an individual with a disability. Mac is my service dog. He's specifically individually trained to ameliorate aspects of my disability. And hell, he actually functions as a guide dog too now. So I could actually argue that, I guess, but I just don't feel like it. And then the next time they were like, well, you're twitching, we can't let you donate blood because you're twitching. And, you know, what if you twitch while the needle was in? And I'm going, what? I mean, I've been to the ER before and had to have an IV, and they had no problem with that whatsoever. Even though I was doing more than twitching, I mean, you know, I was still, I mean, if I would see if I couldn't be still long enough for me to get it in. But, like, once it's in, you know, and if it pulls out, you know, a little bit of pressure on it, I don't know, it's just stupid. It's just freaking stupid. And, like, places that don't have curb cuts. It's like, I need the power chair, because if I need it, and, you know, but if I go somewhere and there's not a curb cut, well, then I'm screwed, because I can't lift that thing down steps. Nobody can. It's like 300 pounds. It's a really freaking big chair. I mean, there's lighter versions, but this is what was available on Craigslist when I hurt my arm falling out of my manual, so secondhand. Most of my equipment, except my crutches, are secondhand. Both my wheelchairs actually are, that I currently use, because insurance won't cover it. They'd never cover it for Tourette's to begin with, and then the fact that our insurance wouldn't cover until we hit a $10,000 copay. Yeah, $10,000. That's just another example of how crappy chronic illness is with regard to insurance and trying to get care and trying to function and having to try to find ways to function that don't break the bank. And the fact is, I don't have anything else that I can do now. I've done every drug that is used for Tourette, pretty much, and I've done some that aren't used for Tourette. I've done some done as in tried as a prescription, just clarification. I've used some experimental, you know, what would be extremely off-label, like things that only had like a brief pilot trial, like maybe 3 citations on Medscape, maybe, because that's the point we're at now. That's why I am so glad that it looks like I'm going to get TPS. I really, oh my gosh, if I don't get it, I really don't know what I'll be able to do or what my future's going to be like, or if it's going to be a future worth, you know, having, because it, I mean, I do okay now, for my own standards. I mean, I cope fairly well. I mean, I'd like to think, for everything that goes on, but put me in the real world, put me in trying to get a job. That would never happen. I mean, that would not work. Even on good days, I'm at the point where I don't want to drive because, especially the visual tics, and also the motor tics, I don't know, it's bad. It's, got something in my eye. And I don't know why I'm making this video. I'm never going to post it. I don't know. I guess because I just need to say something, and this is where I can say it, so.